So in sales, it's a very, very common phrase is sell me this pen. It was very, very popularized in Wolf of Wall Street, but it's just one of those things of like, let's see your metal, let's see what you're made of. When it comes to like selling pens, it should be a lot easier than you'd think. And I'll tell you why. I got myself a Mont Blanc pen a while back. It's a $500 pen. And I'm not some hot shot that's really particularly materialistic. In fact, I actually won this. But what I find is every time I get up to write my goals, because getting up and writing your goals every day, it's something that most really successful people do. And if it's something you're not doing, I probably would highly recommend looking into it. What I find is every time I sit down and write my goals, or nearly every time, I'll stop and write, oh, this is writing really, really well. And I'll look and I'll go, man, I'm really grateful that I've got a nice pen. So I know it sounds really silly, but having a nice pen is more of a metaphor. The idea is gratitude. Because what happens is when you're not experiencing gratitude, when you're living the experiences that life will give you, and some aren't always, smiles and rainbows, it's very easy to get inundated with a hormone called cortisol. What happens with cortisol is your brain produces this chemical that basically says, hey, you're in danger. So you're really, really stressed out. It makes you sort of, stack fat on more because it thinks there might be food scarcity. It makes you sort of, your body language go a little bit down so you don't stand out. It just doesn't let you sleep as well so you don't recover as well because, you got to be alert all the time. And it's really not a great set of chemicals that you want having go through your brain more often than not. You ever notice why really stressed out people tend to get more sick than others do? It's because they're not experiencing that gratitude. Because as silly as it sounds, the antidote to stress is gratitude. You physically cannot be truly grateful for something and stressed out at the same time. And that's why I really love living with gratitude and having something like a nice pen in the morning to write your goals with, or even better, if you write your gratitudes before you write your goals, if you can do 5 to 10 every day, it really primes your brain to be in a good place. And what that instead produces is a chemical called DHEA. Not only does it, regulate your serotonin and just give you a better, set of health anyway, but this DHEA, it's literally the opposite of cortisol. What it does, rather than having those negative impacts of cortisol, like, making you dumber because you're, more focused on the short term, making you impulsive, making you gain weight, making you smaller, it actually does the complete opposite. It picks you up a little bit, gives you a little bit more vibe, gives you better sleep, lets your body repair more so that your skin's gonna be nicer and your muscles are gonna be fitter. It has this unbelievable experience that doles out long term of just making your life better and putting you in a better place. And if you're in a better place and you're happier, and all you have to do is practice gratitude, it's something that you want to try and work in your routine. And even if I've got guys that are working for me, especially the sales team, that are really stressed out, more often than not, I'll just say, all right, write down 20 things you're grateful for and give them to me. And before you go back to work, write down 20 things you're grateful for. And if they're really, really stressed out, I'll tell them to do 30 or 40. Because that act of deciding to be grateful, it's going to really regulate your brain chemistry the way it needs to be regulated. And you're going to find not only you're going to be happier, healthier, better looking, and more confident, but you're all around, your life's just going to be better. So really, really practice some gratitude. I recommend starting with a nice pen, but if not, just write your gratitudes down to start the day. But it's a really, really good habit to introduce in your system. Happy hunting, guys.